Guys, Honey Do For Me, aka Honey Do For Me, and today I'm going to be reviewing the KD Trey 5.5. Hopefully I got the name right. Starting out with the traction, as you guys can see, we have a herringbone traction pattern that's pretty widely spaced, and it looks like the traction would perform really well, which it did actually indoors. Indoors, I was sticking like glue, whether it was a clean court or a mildly dusty court. I was gripping the floor really well. Of course, you're gonna have to wipe every now and then on dusty courts, but that's with like any shoe. But this gave top-notch traction indoors. However, on outdoor surfaces, as you guys saw in the footage, by the way, shout out to my friend James. He actually filmed and edited that the basketball part, so I'm really grateful that he did that. And leave a like on the video to let him know that you enjoyed his part of the video. But yeah, getting back to the traction's performance outdoors, I kind of slipped a little bit. It didn't bite the floor as well as it did indoors, and also I feel like the rubber's kind of soft, so it would deteriorate really quickly. Some of my rubber's actually already fraying, and that was only playing outdoors in these one time. So like, just keep that in mind if you're buying these to hoop outdoors. I don't think they'll last very long. But yeah, overall traction was really good indoors. Just don't go outside with these, in my opinion. Moving on to the cushioning setup of the KD Trey 5.5. My gosh, that's a long name, but like, moving on to the cushioning, we have a full-length Phylon midsole with a Nike Zoom unit in the forefoot. You guys can see it peeking out through the outsole. And to be completely honest, I didn't really like the cushioning. It didn't feel very good. Like, some of these setups, like the full Phylon with the forefoot Zoom unit, feel pretty good. And like, the Phylon feels a little softer, but this Phylon just feels like a piece of cardboard under your foot, not gonna lie. Like, my heel, like, it just didn't feel really good. I could kind of feel the ground and stuff when I was landing hard, and my joints and stuff after I was playing wasn't, like, they didn't feel that good. Not that they hurt, but they just felt a little bit more sore, and I knew that it was probably the cushioning setup that caused that. If I had a better shoe with better cushioning in the heel, I definitely wouldn't have those problems. As for the forefoot Zoom unit, you are kind of low to the ground, and it is a little bit responsive once you break it in, but it's nothing too crazy. I just wasn't really too fond of this setup, the forefoot Zoom unit and the Phylon midsole. Sometimes shoes can get away with it, but I guess like the foam that they used in this shoe, I just wasn't a fan of. So yeah, cushioning for me wasn't that good. Moving on to the materials, this is probably a very interesting part of the KD Trey 5.5. Oh my gosh, that's a long ass name. But yeah, so the upper is kind of an interesting material. I did not look at Nike.com to see what it is, but I'm just gonna tell you guys how it felt for me. Like, it's a very soft material, as you guys can see. It reminds me kind of like a cloth, or like this gray area reminds me of like a cloth. They do have some fuse overlays for some extra durability outdoors and stuff. And then this part is kind of like, I don't know, it feels like, I don't know if it's called a mesh, or I don't know what to call it. It's just like extra padding, I guess. And then we have some udon noodles again. We have some udon noodles that act kind of like fly wire. We have some thick laces, a regular mesh tongue, and some more of this weird padding material. I don't really know what to call it. But as for the materials, how they performed, I felt like they were good. They're straight out the box ready, so if you have a game at 4 and then you go shoe shopping at 3, like, you can buy these and you can put them on and you'll be fine. One thing to note though is that I feel like materials were sometimes a little too soft, like my foot would slide off the footbed a couple times, but as long as you tie your laces and you get the right size, I don't think that should be too much of an issue. It was just like, the materials themselves were comfortable. That's just another part that I'll talk about in the fit and support. Moving on to the fit of the shoe, I feel like these do run true to size, or you could maybe go half a size down, because I am a wide footer and I feel like there was still a little bit of room when I went true to size. So if you're really like feeling brave and you really like a tight fit, and you don't have a really fat foot like mine, then you can probably go half a size down and you should be good to go. But if you do get your true size, I think you'll be perfectly fine. If anything, you can always double sock, like that's what I do. And the fit on the shoe was pretty good. As I said before, my foot was sliding off the footbed a couple times, but after I did double sock, I feel like the fit was a lot better for me. As I said, I went true to size, and my foot wasn't sliding all over the place, so I think that definitely helped with the fit. These fly wire cables / udon noodles like do a pretty good job of locking down your foot. And also the heel lockdown was very good in this shoe. I didn't have any issues with that. The whole upper of the shoe was really nice in fit, support, and also what was the other one? Materials, I guess. But the whole upper would perform really well for me. I feel like the only problem I would have was it may be too soft. So like my foot was sliding around in the toe box. But moving on to support. So support, I did not have any problems with these. It has a pretty wide base. As you guys can see, there is a little bit of outrigger. And I kind of do like that they kind of remind me of the Kyrie's just midsole and outsole. Because it is a little bit rounded, so you can like make a lot of nice crossovers and stuff while still feeling stable. I never felt unstable in the shoe because of the little outrigger / rounded outsole. I just didn't feel unstable or anything, and also my heel was perfectly locked in, and once I double socked, the fit was really nice, and I didn't really slide as much around in the shoe. So yeah, support for me was A1 in this shoe. Durability, let me touch on that really quickly. The outsole I don't think will last very long if you hoop outdoors. If you hoop indoors, you should be fine. The cushioning is, I guess, pretty durable. It just didn't feel that great to me out the box anyways. I don't think it's going to be compressing anytime soon though, because it's already kind of like shitty. But for the materials, I feel like these materials might rip if you do hoop in these outdoors a lot, because the material is really soft. And I guess just like from normal wear and tear, just running around and making cuts and stuff, these might rip after a while. They're not the most durable materials, but they aren't like bad as well. But yeah, that's the durability. I feel like the durability is pretty average for the shoe. So overall, my thoughts on the KD Trey 5.5 for $90. I feel like it is a solid shoe. The only bad part about the shoe that I didn't like was the cushioning. Other than that, I could live with everything else on the shoe. For $90, I feel like you could probably go to the Nike factory store or outlets or Foot Locker and stuff and get a better option for $90. But if you just have your heart set on these udon noodle shoes, then like cop these for sure. Especially once these hit discounts, like they'll definitely be worth the price. Maybe you just put in an insole and stuff and you should be good to go. I would say like you should cop around $40 to $50 when these drop to $40 to $50. I think this would be a solid hoop shoe and something to add into the rotation. But yeah, overall, I really like the shoe except for the cushioning. Everything was really comfortable, especially the materials. The materials were nice and soft. Sorry, there's an airplane right there. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up my performance review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Another shout out to my boy James, who actually filmed and edited the video. I'm really thankful for that, and let me know in the comment section down below if you liked his editing and stuff, because I thought it was really nice and it was pretty cool. But yeah, other than that though, I don't have anything else to say to you guys other than leave a like and also subscribe to my channel. I do have a lot of other shoe reviews and also basketball videos coming soon. And now I have nothing else to say, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.